Hey, what's up, you guys? Listen, just want to come to you with new information on the Shanquella Robinson case. Okay, when I say new information, everybody is talking about where Dejanay is. When's she going to step foot on Mexican soil to be arrested? I know you guys know you cannot be arrested until you step foot on Mexico's soil. People are looking for her mugshot where she's detained. But I actually was like, wait a second. If you don't know, I did an interview with the investigator that clearly has some connections to the Los Cabos Police Department, and they're leaking information as well as what's going on with the case. But what I wanted to know is this. What's going to happen once she gets to Mexico? Because if you guys don't know, Mexico has a no bail policy if you are being tried for murder. That's right. Even though there are some places in the world where you can get bail anywhere, Mexico is one of those places where if you're being tried for murder, as well as 16 other different offenses, some of them are nonviolent, they have a no bail policy. What does that mean? As soon as she gets to Mexico, she will go in front of a judge and be arraigned. Once she is arraigned, she will go and have to park her booty in a Mexican jail, in the Mexico jail, and she will have to stay there until her trial. Most, on average, trials take 3 to 6 months to come in front of the judge. Now, this case is a little bit different. It's international attention. They might push it up, but she's still looking at least, I would guess, a month in Mexico jail. Now, I wanted to know, okay, well, what's that month look like? Is it club fed? Listen, you guys, I researched the jail that she's going to be staying in. It is nothing nice, but you know, your girl did some research so we can actually get some visuals on what life is going to be like for Miss Dejanay Jackson and hopefully the rest of the Cabo Six shortly. Okay, so this is the jail she's going to be held at. The Centro de Resurrectional Social. Shut up. I hear y'all get laughing at my pronunciation. Just please. It's the heart that matters, okay? The heart is willing, but the tongue is lacking. Anyway, the Centro de Resurrección Social, shut up, Social San Jose del Cabo, BCS. That is a minimum detention jail. I'm sorry, not minimum, medium detention jail. Now, you might say medium, we want hard time. But like I pointed out in the interview, right? This is the most dangerous jail in the area. You want to know how dangerous? Well, I'll tell you. It's located right here. It's called the Cerrazo San Jose del Cabo, BCS. Now, it took me a while to find this on Google Maps, which I guess makes sense because they don't want people Googling where jails are exactly, because it could be like Prison Break, but I found it. This is what regular time looks like there. If you see, this is an actual inmate from the jail. The jail is co-ed, but the men are kept separate from the women, of course, right? But it is a co-ed jail. They house mostly men and definitely some women. Some of the most dangerous people in the area are there. But you guys, this is crazy. But what's more, let's actually get into what has happened in that jail and just how much danger Dejanay is going to be in. Did you guys know that things are so crazy in that area with that prison? Don't let the medium change. Don't let that medium security fool you, because medium security is super maximum security when it comes to that prison compared to American prisons. At one point, cartels were disputing prisons in BCS. The cartels were saying, we don't see the need for prisons. Let my people go. And the Marines, the Mexican Marines, had to take over guarding the prison because people refused to enter that prison. Did you know that? Let's get into it. Because this is the prison she's going to be held at. Custodians of La Paz prison refused to carry out guarding duties. The guards quit. The guards quit. That's how lawless that place is. Well, okay, lawless is too much. I don't want to disrespect somebody else's prison system, but the cartels seem to be running that mess, right? Custodians of La Paz prison refused. This is a translation, by the way, so that's why I'm changing words around. So the prison guards of La Paz prison refused to carry out guarding duties after alleged threats from the CJNG. I don't even know, but anytime people are using initials, yeah, no, I don't, it's done. They said everything went downhill like a snowball since the confrontation on January 6th and the fall of the Sinaloa cartel cell that weakened their structure. Mixed Command told Zeta, that's the news reporter, the Navy has taken control of prisons in Baja California, sir. Listen to this. On Saturday, January 13th, at least 15 prison guards of the Morning Guard, right, in Las Paz, Cabo, you know, the Cerizo, I guess that means prison, right, refused to enter the prison to perform their work, fearing reprisals, to which they were threatened by groups of criminals who operate inside and outside there. Everything felt like a snowball. Since the confrontation on January 6th and the fall of the important body of assassins under orders of the Sinaloa cartel, their structure has weakened. Followed by this, members of Jalisco, that is the CJNG, say that they took advantage of the moment to seize the territory demonstrated in the penitentiary of La Paz and that of San Jose del Cabo. Woo! Not only did they take over the prison, but they literally seized territory in that area outside the prison. They literally, the cartels are so deep in that prison that they literally went to war with local forces. So the prison guards were like, we're not going in there. We have families. And the Marines had to take over. Guard it. Like, anyway, let's keep going. From September 13th, 2016, it became evident who maintained the control of sale and distribution of drugs, cell phones, protection, and other things, including water, inside the Cereza de La Paz. They even controlled the water. Let me get this straight. Maintain control of sale and distribution of drugs. So there's drugs in the prison. There's drugs in American prison too, right? Cell phones. You've seen TikTok. There's cell phones in American prison. But let's go on. Protection and other things, including water. So this means that if Desjardins wants to be protected in prison, she's going to have to pay the people in the cartel to give her safe passage and make sure she doesn't get messed with. But if you've ever seen an episode of Oz, and I'm not even being funny, what does that let you know? If you're American, right? Or any type of person that looks like they have money, they will try to extort you because it's like your family has money. Let's see. So not only does she have to pay for protection, but even the people who are supposed to protect her might extort her if you want to stay safe, because tell your family in America to send money, y'all. And they know that her American self, she might have been Evander Holyfield, neck of you buck, like when she was literally taking Shanquella Robinson's life. But y'all, this is actually really deep. She is going to be in a world of hurt, but she only has herself to blame. Because honestly, if she had just been honest and turned herself in or shown any drop of remorse, none of them would be in the situation. But they all tried to lie. They lied. They allegedly, they stole and they killed. They broke all the commandments in one fell swoop. Oof. Their souls. Anyway, they're saying that it was evident who was running things when at dawn, member of the Securita of the National Defense, Sedena, in the company of the Navy and police, entered each of the cells of the prisoners, managing to find that on occasion more than 150,000 pesos in national currency, hundreds of dollars, drugs. I love the way Desjardins in trouble. Did you just read that sentence? Not only were there hundreds of thousands pesos, that's the national currency, there was also hundreds of American dollars. Methinks that Desjardins is going to be part of the dollar fund. Anyway, there were drugs, silver cell phones, scale, grimeras, weapons, and other prohibitive items. Oh, that was like an episode out of Snowfall. They even got scales in there. They're literally whipping up that work and chopping it up. They're literally turning that whole thing into a lab to make Drugs to distribute? Yeah, there's no. If I was Dejanay, well, I wouldn't be, because I never would have fought someone. I never would have even put myself in a position to hurt somebody like that over some dumb stuff. And 3, I would have turned myself in. Anyway, Simon Guillermo Hernandez Pina, alias El Simón, or El Sepultorio, shut up, y'all. I hear you laughing at my accent, had all the aforementioned in his cell. Hence his transfer by the Deputy Attorney General specialized in investigation of organized crime, the CIEDO, carried out 3 days after the fine. But the power shifted to the CJNG, and that day they realized that the mafia inside continued regardless of the presence of comrades. So they thought they were going to cut off the head and the snake would just die, but that head grew back like Medusa. It's wild in that prison. Members of the Jalisco Nueva Generación Cartel carried out 2 crucial actions to try to recover the La Paz prison. They just didn't give up the prison. They literally started gangbanging in there and being like, no, this is ours. Listen to this. On January 9th, Raimundo Magna Bautista, 43 years old, was killed, who was acting as the general commander of prison guards at the Cerrizo de La Paz. On January 12th, the custodian identified as Ruperto Oroso, 42, was executed on board a vehicle in the streets of Rosario Zapata between Rualas and Bravo. Okay, this is all in the San Jose, Los Cabos area, the jail where she's going to be at. According to witnesses, moments before being killed, they heard whistles and bursts of automatic rifle fire. According to members of the Public Safety Coordination Group, they said, we are referring to warnings given by criminal groups who intended to continue their criminal activities in the prison, but at this time, Baja California Sur is seeking a return to peace. We all want tranquility and not an unholy mess into which they have dragged the officials in all areas. Even the officials were like, what we got to do with this? Can you keep us out of this? Again, if I was Designated, I would be in federal custody right now. I really do believe that she is on a provisional arrest in federal custody. Nothing else makes sense to me. But I will say that this is the lion's den she's going in. And this is the lion's den that she is going to have to pay heavily to be kept safe. And even if she pays heavily to be kept safe, if somebody with power feels like messing with you, you're done. The prison guards aren't stepping into this. The cartels are in there. They are warring, not even to mention you're dealing with some of the most violent offenders there. The people that the cartels pay to kill other cartel people are going to be there. They said on January 14th and 15th, most of the custodians refused to continue working under those conditions, for which both the municipal police of La Paz and the Secretary of the Navy resumed control and operation of the penitentiary system. So by them saying they resumed control, they took over because the security guards were like, they can have it. Bless up. I got college tuition to pay. True, but it's more important that I see my kids go to college. Listen to the corruption. They said, it had just dawned in La Paz in the murder of the custodian Ruperto during Friday night and Saturday morning, when the staff refused to continue serving the Cerrizo, the jail. And on Sunday, alleged members of the CJNG posted a narcomanta very close to the marina facilities in El Conchita. They said to all the custodians of narcomanta, I guess is like when the narcos give their manifesto or basically tell everybody you better stop. So they make a whole big statement. They said, to all the guards of Cerrizo La Paz, this has been building for years. The La Paz is mine, and it is clear that we are not playing. This has happened to all those who continue to support Arturo Flores Medina's alias Alganzi. Your alliance is going to run with blood. Oh my God. Reads the man to side by Moto Ratan of CJNG, an active member in Ciudad Construction, the municipality of Comundo and part of Loretta, who was also attributed the kidnapping to 2 businessmen in the town. Woo! They said this makes it clear that the mafia cannot be eradicated. As soon as as a front is attacked and the rival group arrives to try to establish itself. Therefore, we seek to lay solid foundations in all cooperations and give priority to qualified, approved, and new blood. Oh my God. Wow. The penitentiary crisis arising from the assassinations of the commanding general and the prison officers, of course, concerns the elements that protect the prison. They immediately sent in municipal police. They said, we are the most required. They use us as cannon fodder. But there are financial problems, and we are the first to be fired and not to be paid or get business bonuses, denounced one of the municipal police. So let's get to this, because it's a translation. So let me just put it in order. The prison guards went crazy. They literally, the cartel went crazy that was inside the thing. They literally put a stop to everything. They tried to send in the prison guards. The prison guards was like, nope, we're not doing it. Then they tried to bring in the Navy. The narcos put up a huge mantra, literally saying verbatim, we are not playing. Then everybody's like, oh, shoot, what do we do? Then they sent in the local police, and the local police said, we're not doing anything about this. We're the first to be called because we're required, but you're using us as cannon fodder, which means we'll be the first to be dead. And you're not even giving us the necessary resources. You don't want to give us raises, bonuses, or anything. Man, y'all on your own. Again, imagine being Dejanay in that prison. All these things are going through. You're waiting for authorities to come save you. And the authorities are like, we're not getting involved with this because the CJNG or whatever already told us what's what. Now get this. The refusal to work was increasing, and the municipal police required rest. So from Sunday and part of Monday, the perimeter security and interior was taken up by the Navy, not only in La Paz, but also in Los Cabos. After that, in the medium security prison were the 2 attempts to escape at the beginning of the year. Whoa, this is crazy. Listen, they're saying that they're trying to do what they could, but I do want to say that from this, the people that were responsible, when it calmed down, they captured some of the people, and those people went to the jail. It is a constant state of unrest, and this is the state that Dejanay Jackson is going to be sitting in for about somewhere between 1 to 6 months while she's waiting for her trial to come up, because Mexico does not allow bail if you murder someone. No ifs, ands, or buts. Y'all, okay, taking it from the top. Mexican prison warden dies during a jailbreak attempt. The head of the penal institution in Mexico's Baja California Sur ended up dead when a group of convicts tried to escape from the facility, despite the fact that they didn't lay a finger on him. Anyway, Julian Anguiano Diaz, director of the Penitentiary Center of Los San Jose del Cabo, located in the Mexican state of Baja Sur, California, died during a prison break. It was a group of inmates attempted to escape the facility and attack the prison guards. The security forces returned fire, killing one of the convicts and injuring another. These things happen all the time in that prison, mind you, right? While the altercation was in progress, the director suffered a heart attack, apparently after learning of the escape attempt, and died shortly after being rushed to the hospital. Can you imagine that on the regular, there are people that are so knuck if you buck that they are literally causing the prison warden to have a heart attack? But I will say this, right? The prison wardens, it's a cursed job. And if it was me, I would not do it. Listen to this. Another prison warden was killed and a mass grave was found. This is a different prison warden for the same prison. Again, seems like a cursed position, like the Deathly Hallows. But I just wanted to let you know like how crazy where Dejanay is going. They said a deputy prison warden was killed on Monday in Los Cabos, Baja California Sur, and half a dozen bodies were found a day later in a hidden grave in the same municipality. By Wednesday, the grave's body count was 14. Carlos Paul Hernandez Colta was driving through the Costa Dorado residential development in San Jose del Cabo when a group of armed men opened fire. Now, granted, he's the prison warden. They are surmising that it was some type of hit. After paramedics attended the scene, he was transferred to a hospital but later died. I guess it was if they were the same paramedics that treated Shanquella. Originally from Los Michos, Sinaloa, Hernandez had been deputy warden at the Los Cabos Soso Sarazo for 5 years. 4 or 5 years. They described him as a young lawyer dedicated to improving the penitentiary system. Woo, this is rough. Now get this, right? Officials from the state attorney general's office found a mass grave between San Jose del Cabo and Cabo Plumo containing the corpses of 4 men and 2 women. Another 8 were found yesterday, and which said all 14 were in advanced state of decomposition and could only be identified through DNA analysis. Violence in Los Cabos has worsened in the last 7 months, leaving a tally of 177 deaths related to confrontations between warring drug trafficking gangs, and military presence in the resort municipality has intensified. You guys, all right. So we already know that the wardens, it's kind of like a cursed job. You don't want that. I'm going to get into that. If you guys didn't see the interview, there was a time where over a few year spans, over 1,000 people were killed in narco violence. The people that killed the narcos, right? They're housed in this jail. Anyway, this is how they have to watch TV. Sitting there, it's through the bars. Actually, they're not even allowed to have TV from my research. This was actually, I guess, the warden or somebody doing a favor. Let's get into it. This is how it looks from outside. It's a far cry from the luxury, right, that they usually work for. But let's get into this mess because this is inside. If you guys don't know, a couple of years ago, and this actually happens really frequently, the inmates go crazy and rip the place apart, burn it down, and even wardens have been deleted. It is super, super serious, you guys. So look at this, right? This is from, I want to say an insurrection, but no, this is from a prison riot that happened. They burned through and destroyed literally the whole jail, ripped it apart. Even the part where the rec rooms, where they have audio visual, the computer lab, the TV room, the I guess the area where you can learn, classrooms, courtyard, they ripped it apart. People, if you see even from this cut fence, they escaped from the fence. Y'all, Dejanay is in for some mess. And it's sad that from evil, what am I saying? It's sad. Sorry, I take that back because this wasn't an accident. It wasn't this. They were on some demon time, and now they're really going to go into the devil's lair and see what's up. Y'all, let me know what you think in the comments. I'm going to start doing, tomorrow's going to be a heavy upload day. I'm going to do some things about what I found out about Nasir, Dejanay, and all those people. But anyway, let me know what you think in the comments, and I will talk to you later.